So this is just a demonstration of compound VR moves and all. So this game is an indie game available on Steam, and it's like an old school pixelated first person shooter like Doom or Quake, Duke Nukem 3D, that's now been ported into VR. And this is just a brief playthrough of all the systems and how it works. So this is the start of the game. You find yourself in kind of your apartment complex here. This beautiful table is your difficulty meter. You got easy as pie, medium rare on the steak, and straight up vodka for hard mode. You got a fridge, got some food here. You grab the burgers, put it to your mouth to eat it. Make other burgers. You got milk, lettuce, even a bun in the sink there. Entering the compound starts the game. More on that later. And this is your testing racket. Now you've got all of the basic guns in the game here on this bench, but you also unlock bonus guns as you sort of go along. My most recent one is this beautiful grenade launcher here, 3 rounds to stick grenades wherever you fire them, and then when you reload, it detonates them. Pretty straightforward. Most of the guns in the game are all similar to function. You got an SMG. Press A, ejects the mag. Hold the trigger on your free hand. Slap in another mag. Press A. You've got the double barrel shotgun. Pretty standard affair there. 2 shells in, 8 to close. There's the railgun, which is one of my favorite because it has a scope. Single sort of shot. Top fed magazine there. Got the pistol grenade launcher. Kind of reminds me of that thing he has in Terminator 2. 1 explosion. Pop the grenade. Put another one in. You got the bounce shotgun, which you can use to ricochet rounds off walls, etc. It's pretty basic. You got the charge rifle, which doesn't really fit in compared to the other games, but again, it has a scope. You just charge the shot and then release. That will do some tremendous damage against a lot of enemies at once. It's also good against shielded opponents. Then you got the bazooka, standard issue, grip out the front. Reticle on the left, bring her up, fire, reloads from the back, fresh rocket. Nice and easy. One of my favorite guns is this pink assault rifle. Highly accurate, 30 rounds in mag reloads from the front, simple click. Can't find it in the missions because with that it's way too easy. That's most of the basic weapons. Then you've got your compound bow here. Pretty standard. Automatically reloads the arrow. You don't need to pull one from the back of your head or anything like that. But very hard to use against large groups of opponents. You got the standard pistol here. Charge shot will overheat after so many rounds and require a cooldown. Then you've got the laser pistol. 3 shots before you have to let it cool down and recharge. Dots on the back will simulate that. You've got the blast pistol, which is more like a scatter shot pistol. Really good for close range, but not so good for anything else. You see the bullets will actually, if you can get the angle there, the bullets will fade away over a very short distance. Yeah, not so great, that one. The revolver, personal favorite. 6 shots. Highly accurate, lots of damage. Standard sort of affair. The dart gun, which is kind of cool because it automatically tracks whatever's the nearest target. Whatever you fire out, the bullets will just go towards anyway. Can't go wrong with that. But again, pretty rare out there. This gun, don't know. Sonic pulse generator, sounds cool, don't have it. And then the sticky grenade launcher I showed you earlier. So they're all the weapons. Now, to play the game, you want to head down into this elevator here, and that'll take you to the first mission. This vending machine here offers a sleuth of mutations. So the most recent was the old school shooter mutation. You've got the bow, where you've only got a bow for the whole mission. Extra arms, so instead of having to manually reload your guns, it'll automatically do it for you. Gun magnet, so the enemies, when you kill them, they drop weapons, but the problem is they don't drop ammo anymore, so you have to sort of trade that off. Damage amplifier, enemies die with one shot, but you die with one shot. It's a 50-50 sort of game. And then people populator, so enemies have less HP, the bullets move faster, and there's going to be more enemies. If you turn any of these mutations on, you'll see on your little wrist computer, which I probably could have showed you earlier, you have a computer on each of your wrists. Just flip your wrist and they pop up. They usually give you an outline of the map that you're currently on, access to the main menu, plus the display of all the ammo you're holding. But if I was to say take the old school shooter mutation here, check my hand with that, whoosh, then you'll see here it tells me what mutation I have on. When I go down the elevator, it'll set up the missions for that mutation. To get rid of all that, you just take a shower here. You see it pops up, mutations removed, no more mutation on my computer. That's pretty much the basics of the game. Now let's give it a go, shall we? I am a fan of the old school shooter mutation, so we'll go with that, and then I will put it on easy difficulty, perhaps, because even then you're looking at a shootout. Okay, now I'm just going to rig up my cable here with my pulleys on the top and then give it a go. Just bear with me. Good thing about the Oculus as well is that you have this pass-through vision, so I can actually see my room now. And if I just take off these gauntlets here for a second, get my hands back, we go into pass-through view mode here, put these babies back down. I should be able to sort of link up my cable where it's going to suit me best. I've got the one here on a try. So you've got 3 pulleys pulling on the one pulley there. Just gives me a little bit of flexibility. It lets me duck, move around a lot more. Now, there are wireless VR headsets out there, but you sacrifice a lot of quality when you're not linking up to a PC, so definitely in preference to this sort of setup personally, but each to their own, I guess. Get those on. Alright, cool. Bit of slack on the cable there. And we're good to go. Okay. Let's get my little wristbands back on. I can still hear that shower. Just get this one out of the way of the camera before we proceed, shall we? Whoa. Kind of came out of vision there. Okay. Nope. Last cable. Pop him up on there. Get him out of the way. Sweet. Looks pretty clear to me. Yeah, we're pretty clear. Okay. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? See how far I get. Oh yeah. I usually forget to grab my starter gun. Not this time. Let's see how far we get. Right off the bat, it's giving me a terrific gun here. So the first few levels in this game are just in the sewers at the bottom of the, let's say, compound, if you will. And the last level accumulates on the roof of the tower against the final boss, which is an absolute POS to kill, to be honest. Once you complete all the enemies, it pops up, objective complete, and you move through an elevator to the next level. Pretty standard stuff. Now, see here, I took a shot and I'm just using my gun as a pointer, but I'm down to 4 HP now, so I can take 4 more hits and then I'm dead. So, while I'm on that, enemies start off kind of basic, as you just saw there. Like, the AI isn't too great on the first few missions, but as you sort of make your way through the compound, they do get smarter. There is a lot of body jumping and moving around you can do. The enemies will track you and they'll try and hit you, but generally you can be more evasive. Some of the mutators do sort of push them to be more aggressive. Their weapons fire faster, you move slower, that sort of thing. Old school shooter mode though, the mutation that I have on at the start, it kind of balances me with the enemies, gives me the option to have a weapons list here so I can carry more than just the 2 standard guns, which is another thing. In the normal version of the game you can only ever have 2 primaries. But as you'll see, I'll collect the list of guns here and keep adding to it throughout my play, depending on how far I get. But yeah, as you can see, they're pretty basic AI for now. The enemies will upgrade and their weapons get upgraded with them. So right now they're using these standard shooters, which can still do some damage, but they get progressively harder to dodge. You just notice I burped and picked up a couple of burgers there. That's how you restore your HP. But yeah, I mean, it's not the most graphically imposing game, and it does take a little bit of getting used to with the movements and the speed, especially for new time VR players. I would not recommend this to new VR players. I'd ease into it with like a, like an on-rail shooter or something that sort of puts you in like a dormant position before you actually start moving around. Because the momentum here, it can make you a little dizzy. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, once you adapt to it, you adapt to it. And you'll see pretty soon how hectic these shootouts can get as we move through the levels here. Fuck. So there's your map clear screen. It means you've passed the level and it's free to move on to the next one. This is going to be sort of like a review or just a breakdown on how the game works. There is, there's some areas of the map that you can destroy. And apparently there's, secret walls and doorways you can open, but I haven't really got around to that yet. My main thing has just been seeing how far I can get. Alright, so this is a different area now. Every 2 levels the map type will change as you sort of go further up the compound. Just imagine a big skyscraper and you're sort of just pushing your way to the top of it to get to the big bad at the top. Every so many levels there are going to be like boss type enemies as well. As you can see now, these enemies have turned pink. And with this rifle we can sort of tell that pink means better. Yeah, they're definitely firing way more bullets at me now. Yep. So these pink enemies carry the same machine gun I'm using, the assault rifle there. Blue enemies generally use this kind of pistol, just a standard single shotter. But we'll see what else we can come across. I mean, this game's got a lot. It's got mechs, it's got zombies, it's got these new cleaner bots. These were recently added in the most recent update. and all they do is drive. They just drive around cleaning things, but if you put a few rounds into them, they explode, which can take you out or it can take the enemies out, 50-50. Ooh, a new toy. Add it to the list. I'm going to keep going with this pink one though. Served me well so far. Alright, so the further you get up the compound, the harder the enemy is going to get. I think I covered that already, but you'll see what I mean. There's going to be some different creatures coming up. But you know, standard sort of affair. Sort of use cover, don't go out in the open, don't make yourself an easy target. Yeah. You learn that in most games. So I'm full of ammo for the railgun now, it seems. Oh, got shot. The other thing I like about this old school shooting mutation is that you can just walk over ammunition and health. You don't have to manually pick it up. During the normal game, without the mutation on, you have to grab ammo and clip it on your belt sort of thing. But right now I'm full of those, so I can't pick them up. It's just a nice little thing, like in Doom or the older sort of shooter games. This is based on. Sorry, a bit loud there. Some of the older games, you know, you just pick up health and armor and that, and it'll just get added to your kit. You wouldn't have to manually pick it up. I like that. Oh, another thing I'd show you is all the enemies are sort of interactable as well. After you kill them, you can sort of pick them up and inspect them. A little bit weird physics, but one thing I have tried to do a few times is sort of use them as a meat shield, sort of shoot by them in bad situations, but you know, if you're at that point, then it's already risky. But yeah, we'll keep going up, see how far we go. Okay, so this is stage 2. Oh yeah, so we're starting to see these little miniature tanks now as well. They're a bit of a pain in the bottom. Oh. I don't know why they gave that thing such a cute voice. Yeah, those orange things will jump at you. And that's it, I died. Probably should have been paying more attention other than talking to yourself, but we'll give it a go on the hard mode, shall we? We'll stay with old school shooter. Better grab a gun. So yeah, this gets difficult quite quickly, if I'm being honest. So you see the rate of fire has definitely dropped, and there's going to be a lot more enemies. Plus your health is reduced to 3. But you know, there's a lot of little in-jokes, there's a lot of little, you know, nods to old sort of shooting games, which I really appreciate in this. Drop my gun. And there we go. Hard mode, lives up to its name. Alright, easy as pie. Yeah, so this is Onward VR. I recommend people check it out if you've got the kit. I'm using an Oculus Rift right now, hardwired onto my computer. No problems, pretty seamless, no motion blur. It's, you know, it is what it is. And I gotta say, the developers have been supporting this game, regular updates, regular expansions. Hey, gotta give it to them for an indie game. This is doing pretty well. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. And take care.